Yet another N line, and that takes the tally to 3. So the treatment is the same, but Hyundai claims that this one is the sportiest compact SUV ever to land in India. I am hellbent to put those claims to test.
So first thing, it's the looks. It's an N line, so the optics do matter because that's what it's all really about. Thunder blue, the signature color, very much available. You got the red stripe along the side and in the front. All the red elements, also very much what you would expect from an N line. There are 6 color options overall, by the way. When it comes to the solid colors, you've got white, you've got a new matte grey, and there is black. But the two tones with the black roof, you've got white, you've got the regular grey, and of course this one.
So Hyundai finally decided to spice things up and throw in a matte finish into the mix for the first time for this nameplate. About time, right?
The biggest difference is in the face. You've got this body-colored strip that runs through and kind of breaks the light and the grille element into two, makes the grille really nice and slim. It looks different, it looks a little bit more compact, I have to say, but it does look more sporty. So I'm not opposed to that in terms of how it makes the car look different from the regular Creta. The part that bothers me is this huge Hyundai logo. If only it was kind of finished off in like maybe just all black or even a matte grey or a matte black, that would have looked kind of cool, kind of edgy, very sinister, more N-line. It would have also given the N-line badge a little more prominence, or they could have just moved the Hyundai logo up here again to make the car look really different. In this slim grille, that logo is just way too big. And then you've got the red brake calipers, new alloy wheel pattern with the N in the middle, not the Hyundai logo, and of course 18-inch alloys as opposed to 17-inch, which is where the regular Creta tops off.
But that is not all.
So N-line badges, there are 4 of them on the car, 2 on the sides, 1 in the front that I showed you already, and then there's 1 at the back. A big new spoiler, that's another little add-on for the N-line Creta, and then you've got the twin-tip exhaust, which kind of wraps things up, along with, of course, the red stripe in the bumper.
All these bits do make it look sporty. The all-black interior makes it look a tad sinister, and the red accents are sprinkled all over the place, which do add to it. The dashboard, seats, steering wheel, even the gear lever. There's a little bit of red everywhere. The panoramic sunroof though is a real lifesaver, since the all-black theme otherwise could make the car look a little bit cramped. So the larger glass surface gives the cabin an airy feel. But here's where I feel Hyundai should have shown some consistency. On the base N8 trim, Hyundai has gone frugal to keep the price tag aggressive. A smaller 8-inch display instead of the fancy 10.25-inch one. And guess what? No BlueLink connectivity, no ADAS. It doesn't even get the Bose-tuned audio system. Kinda disappointing. But Hyundai hasn't skimped on other safety features, along with strengthening the structural integrity of the SUV. 6 airbags, hill start assist, tire pressure monitoring, 3-point seat belts with reminders for all passengers, ISOFIX child seat mounts, and rear parking sensors are all packed in as standard. And on the higher variant, the ADAS works like clockwork. I've experienced some wild N cars, and believe me, they are mental. They get my heart racing every time I get inside one of them. But the folks at Hyundai India say that this N line, well, it comes close.
So like with every N line, this one too has no real mechanical changes, no option on the engine, no extra bump on power, no stiffer suspension. Yeah, now you might think that's disappointing, but you know what? That is what N Line is supposed to be all about. The N cars are the ones which have the massive difference in performance. So don't be expecting that. That's okay. The part though that I want to tell you, which makes me happy, is that on the regular turbo version of the Creta, you don't get the manual. On this, you get the 6-speed manual. That's a lot more fun.
There's a lot more feedback with this combination. It's not what I had expected it to be, but it does the job well. Taking corners is effortless even if you push the car a little bit harder. But what will disappoint you is the low-end torque. It judders at lower RPMs, forcing you to downshift more often than you normally would. But the clutch travel is not long, so you don't mind it. Despite the high power output, you'll have to plan the overtakes because the gearbox does struggle to find that sweet spot. Things change drastically though once you reach the mid-range, past 3000 RPM.
But unlike some of the other N-Line cars, the disappointing thing is you don't get that little exhaust note, little exaggeration of having a tiny growl that you hear every now and then. While I know that's exaggerated and maybe you could say it's fake, it's something nice, and it would have been good to have it here on the Creta N Line too.
Hyundai has missed an opportunity here on some mechanical extras. Having said that, the Creta N Line is still a spicy addition. Pricing? Well, it's not a steal, but it's not highway robbery either. Compared to the Kia Seltos X Line though, this one goes beyond, and it gives you that edge in the compact SUV game. Regular Creta, the SX option DCT with turbo, which has the same drivetrain, is about 1,68,000 rupees more expensive, while the N10 is about 35,000 more. So, should you still go for the Creta N Line? Well, only if you really want to, but just don't expect it to roar like the big cats in the N range, more like a purr with a hint of rebellion.